I believe it's a cancer. It's plaguing our community. Some people have uh, accepted it like, what did she do or what did he do? You know what I'm saying? Some people see it as one-sided, like the woman can only be the victim. Sometimes it's the male as well. I think it's definitely an issue that needs to be addressed.
How do you think we can fix
Um, for one, morals. Bringing our community up right. Definitely get the community involved. Have somewhere of a safe haven. Just hold people accountable. Uh, for the most part, that's right.
Part of the problem with domestic violence is we've had too many boys raised by their mothers with no male influence involved. And I know growing up in the hood, mama many times said, if anybody hits you, hit them back. What if it's a girl? You better hit her back too, because she knew that girls would take advantage of that sometimes, and they would do stuff to you. They'd beat you up even because you're not supposed to hit a girl. So you got a whole bunch of boys that been raised by their mother to hit back that end up with domestic violence cases. Now, again, I'm not condoning domestic violence in any way. What I am saying is we got to reteach, even when we teach our young boys about defending themselves. We got to teach our young girls to keep their hands to themselves too. It's got to go both ways. And then when we see a case where somebody's put their hand on themselves, then the community has to come forward and say that's not acceptable. We can't let that woman continue to live in danger and in fear. And we got to address that boy who didn't learn to keep his hands to himself, or didn't learn a better way to deal with somebody who not keeping their hands to themselves. I've seen cases where the boy's trying to walk away from the female. He's trying to not put his hand on her, and she's stopping him at the door, and she's doing this, she's swinging stuff at him, and she's doing all the kind of stuff. And then his last resort is to hit her. But when he weighs 245 and she weighs 145, his hit is way more devastating than all the stuff that she was doing to him. But he wouldn't have gone to the fact of hitting her had she not done all of the stuff to try to keep him from leaving. And he's trying to walk away. In fact, the Dallas Cowboy who just came back from his domestic violence case, where the girl she gets in his face and says, "Call me a B to my face," and he says the B word, and she's swinging at him and doing all the kind of things. And what he did was he hit her with a pillow in order to get out of the room, and that's how he ended up with a domestic violence case. But none of the stuff about what she did was in the case until they went to court. And then once they get to court, they realize, the whole thing was aggravated. He's trying to do the right thing. He gets found not guilty, or I guess this was the trial to see if they go to trial, and he gets, acquitted of everything. He's able to come back to the Cowboys. But the case revolved around him trying to leave and her trying to stop him from leaving.